Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 40th episode of Tales of Tamriel. I am Aggelos, your humble, never gonna give you up, melee Templar. And with me this afternoon, I know that didn't work out as well as I really wanted it to. Alright. He who wishes he could be melee, but is stuck in the constant impulse loop. Deltia of Deltia's Gaming. How are you today, good sir?
Oh, werewolf! I'm back, baby.
Nice. Who'd you get to ravage you?
Excuse me?
Yeah, well, they take you to that back corner and then they attack you.
I got a couple people from the guild to give me a bite.
Oh, a couple?
Well, I got a couple more than one tune, Oh,
I see.
For those who play alts.
Oh, I see. Okay. I thought we got kinky there for a second.
Well, we had a pack bite me. Is that weird?
A pack bite me, all of them just kind of went at you.
Hey, guys. Hey, ladies.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, ladies.
All right. And Deltia, you had a little announcement you wanted to do right here as well.
Regarding?
Your shirt.
Okay. Well, you didn't preface that very well.
I told you in pre-show.
Lies. Real quick, I wanted to make a shirt for Deltia's Gaming, my shirt, but kind of make it really specific to Elder Scrolls. So I wrote Zos and asked if I could use one of their images, and they said basically no, but I could, if someone's an artist and could draw a Khajiit, what I want to do is kind of say this one likes Elder Scrolls Online guides, and then have a logo and then a picture of a Khajiit. So if you could draw and, you have a little bit extra time and you'd, want to draw a little Khajiit figure or something for me, that would be great. So if that's the case, you can email me or contact the show at, talesoftamriel@gmail, Aggelos?
You can use that one, or you can use podcast at Tales of Tamriel as well.
Or info at Deltia's Gaming, whisper me in game, anything. But I'd appreciate it if someone's, talented and has a little bit extra time to draw me a Khajiit, because I do want to get some more shirts made up. So thanks.
Awesome. I can draw a stick figure Khajiit. Will that do?
Please.
Okay, it'll literally be a stick figure with cat ears and a long something coming out of its bum that we'll call a tail.
Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah. I'll pass on that artist rendition.
Nice. Okay. Also, we have some special guests on the show. The RP masters themselves. That's Knight's Knight and Morriel of ESO-RP podcast. Dear goodness. How are you guys doing this afternoon?
We're doing pretty good. How about you? One of us is a pirate right now.
One of us is a pirate?
Guess which is the pirate. Arr.
Arr. I beat Decanius, quartermaster of the Redwater Buccaneers.
Excellent. We have a pirate on the show. It's not even Pirate Day yet. Talk like a pirate day?
It's actually past that.
It is past that. So, the pirate is, of course, Knight's Knight. Can you go ahead and describe for our listeners exactly how you came prepared to the show today?
I be in full garb. I got my skull cap on, the eyeliner to scare my enemies, and my eyes red with the blood of my victims.
And irritation.
So I was eyeliner kind of a hot commodity back in those days?
It still looked menacing.
I see.
You still wear it, right?
Menacing.
You still wear eyeliner, right, Aggelos?
Oh, me? All the time.
Yeah, and lipstick. But
well, only when I borrow it from you. I can never get a good shade for myself.
Well played.
To scare the ladies.
Well played, sir.
All right, so for those who don't know, this is what the show is going to be like for today. All right, it's just going to be
chaos.
Craziness.
We don't have Thais to reel us in today.
Yes, this is true. There is no Thais today. She is not here. She is out visiting her mom, and she will be back probably next week. So have no fear, but for now, you guys are going to have to be subject to whatever it is we come up with.
Sadly, because we are here, it will be even worse.
It's going to be terrible. No, I'm just kidding. These guys are great. It will be crazy.
My throat hurts.
Already?
It hurts already? Oh,
I've been doing it I made a video before I came on here too, and I was doing pirate voices.
And you are drinking what today to help with your voice?
I be drinking the blood of my victims. Knob Creek.
Nice. Okay. All right, we're going to move on before this really degrades even further into the game news. So, since we kind of went off on a little craziness already, let's go ahead and just get into the aggressive stuff right now. There's been a new Battlemaster corner, the Spellsword. Deltia, how awesome was this build?
I don't think it's very awesome. I mean,
Not. I was really kind of hoping to be a little bit more aggressive, like the way I built it up, and you were like,
no, I'm not gonna. You know, people's creations, people trash on me, and you know, sometimes I don't like it. Which I got my first suicidal threat, or someone said I should kill myself because I'm bad.
Oh wow! So you know what that means?
I'm doing something right.
You're a real internet celebrity.
Right,
now.
I'm doing something right on YouTube. If people are threatened to tell me I should kill myself, but besides that, I'm not going to do that. I don't know, the build, it's once again, I appreciate them finding people that are thinking outside the box, so I'll preface it with that. With that being said, I mean, there's a couple morphs that are very questionable. Destructive Touch, Destructive Reach. It's a knockback, but you're a Dragon Knight. Use Impulse. You know, if you have a Destruction Staff, you don't want them knocked back. You want them to do AoE damage right in your face, so that's kind of questionable. Shifting Standard, I don't think anyone takes that anymore. They take the Standard of Might, which basically is, you know, stays in place but does tons of damage. And then their second ultimate is kind of questionable. Usually people, if they're doing damage with a Greatsword, they go Flawless Dawnbreaker because you get a flat 13% damage increase. And he or she went Meteor, which is a nice slow effect and stuff, but you know, I didn't care for it that much, but I do appreciate the person submitting their build and giving their insight, because I know it's hard to put your stuff out on the internet and then people troll it, so I'm not going to troll it that much, I should say.
Oh. All right. Well, I understand that. We generally are a better community than all of that. I thought the screenshot he submitted of his character was neat.
Yeah, I mean, even like when I go back and look at my previous builds, like, you know, 6 months ago, I'm like, why did I have that ability on? I mean, so as you learn the game and it progresses, you know, things change, and so I'm not going to hammer people too much because, you know, we all make mistakes, but it's just nice they do pick things outside the box. But I really would like them to go get the Ultra builds going, just a couple of them. Get the Dragon Knight PvP build. Get these Nightblades that can drop, you know, 15 Veil of Blades. Get one of these big dogs like the Defunct guys or We Kill Bosses, one of the top guilds. Get one of them guys to post a build. I'd like to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Morriel, how about you? Did you take a chance to look at this build?
I did. I found, like Deltia, I found some of these. I just exited out of the thing. I found I found these to be very questionable in that I think in their AoE thing, they listed things like Destructive Reach, which, like Deltia said, is a good knockback. And it's good, I guess, if you're leveling and you're running like a very different build from this. But honestly, like for a Dragon Knight, that's not what you need. And in their single target things, they have a lot of things like Inferno that does things to sort of a larger group of targets. So it seems like it's kind of all messed up in different directions.
Okay.
Now, one other thing, the Sea of Flames is, I'm going to be completely honest, is a terrible morph. Because
it really is.
Everyone uses Flames of Oblivion and then just uses Spell Symmetry. It's the highest Dragon Knight DPS build out there. All you do, Engulfing Flames, have your little derpy thing that gives 13% weapon and spell crit to anyone's hitting it, and then Crushing Shock until you're blue in the face, tap, and then you can pull 1,500 damage a second. So it's just a bad morph. That is, because magic is never a problem in this game when you have a healer. If you're leveling and soloing, I can see that, but, you know, I don't know what it's for.
I guess one of the biggest problem with these builds, like, not with the person's build, but with the Battlemaster corner in and of themselves, very few of them, I wish at the very start of the thing, the first question they should ask is, what is your build intended for?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because the things that you use is, yeah, very well might not be the best, but like even anyone who has played this game in a group dynamic knows you switch abilities out. I generally run with my Templar heal on when I'm by myself or with Thais. But when I'm in a group thing where I know I have a dedicated healer at all time and that's their job, I switch out to either Luminous Shards or Repentance if Deltia's in the party.
Oh my god.
Because those offer better group utility than me off healing with my... Because I don't have much magic. I do a stamina build.
Fail.
Stop it. But obviously, your abilities will change based on what you're doing. When I'm running by myself or with Thais, my build is different than when I'm running with, like Kipster and Deltia in a veteran dungeon or something like that. Because then I have someone who's doing the tanking who handles most of the big mobs. I don't really have to worry about too much defensive, just very little. Or very little healing in general because I have a dedicated healer. So I can move some of my heavy heals and just get my heals other ways.
Your next build should be a pirate.
My next build is a pirate.
It should be.
Well, no, I use my two-handed greatsword. It's awesome. It's sexy. All right. Since we have the ESO-RP guys, did you guys notice like the very first section was like a little RP thing? Where he said, his father's decorated swordsman of House Indrel. Yeah? No?
Yeah,
House
I did notice
Indrel.
that.
Okay, so he kind of got into his little bit of RP in there, huh? I like it. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next bit of news. If anyone does anyone else have anything to say about that Battlemaster corner before we move on?
No.
Well,
okay.
Well, I mean, just like looking at the RP thing, having your father be a decorated member of House Indrel and then having your mother be a Ashlander, I'm just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of like, royal family having an affair with somebody from, like, I don't know, Russia.
Yeah. Ashlanders are not noble house.
No, they're
ostracized.
particularly looked down upon by all the nobles,
Yeah.
so...
And you can tell an Ashlander by their war paint, I believe, too.
I think they're the ones with usually you'll see them wearing like the barbaric style and the war paint all over them, yeah.
Plus, spoiler, while everyone else is going praise of 3, they're like, they killed Nerovar. That kind of thing. No. It hasn't happened yet in ESO, but it will. No, I'm just kidding. Moving on to the next section. Third-person camera offset coming, maybe. Perusing around the forums and on Reddit and stuff, in the PTS 1.5 API documentation, there was some interesting little strings, which I'm going to go ahead and post in the chat for people if my chat decides to work. Okay, my chat's not working. Great.
What do you need to post? The link?
Yeah, just post the link.
I'll do it.
All right, thanks. I don't know why, but my chat now just doesn't want to load. Joys of a live show, everybody. It's awesome. Yeah. Interesting camera setting, third-person horizontal offset multiplier, and a vertical offset. It looks like what they're going to be doing, according to this API, is allowing us to be able to adjust our cameras the way we want when we scroll out into third person. Knights, let's hear from you. Do you find this useful? Don't care?
Well, I think it could be useful if you want to record like RP events. But other than that, I just don't really see a need, to be honest, for myself personally.
Sure.
I would actually really disagree with that because, I mean, there are times say someone walks up and they're wearing, this happens all the time, like we're under like this big tent thing and this guy, I'm like leaning up against a post and this guy walks up and he's like, hey guys, how are you? I'm wearing this new armor, take a look at this armor. Well, I can't like leave where I'm at, so I have to like really do weird things to adjust the camera to be able to see things.
Sure.
Well, why are you always hanging out in tents?
Because that's where the other guild is at.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, let's not question why we're out in tents. We'll just say we're out in tents and it's awesome. I don't know about you guys. I prefer, I like to scroll out into third person. I often play in third person when I'm doing most anything. However, my draw distance on how far back I like to go is not as far back as full third person. So being kind of getting that off the shoulder view, sometimes I wish I could just zoom out behind my character only a little bit and not be stuck in that third person, like that over the shoulder view. So if I could adjust it so that I'm only half the distance out from third person and yet still directly behind my character, I think I'd like that. Because I think that would be helpful for me. Because being stuck in that little third person problem is a mess, especially when trying to pick up items. I notice that sometimes when you zoom in, your cursor's not exactly where you thought it was. Anyone else see that?
Yeah, I do see that.
It really only becomes a problem when you're trying to loot things, but still. All right. Anyone have anything else they'd like to say on the third-person camera?
You didn't ask me what I thought about it.
I know. I skipped over. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Deltia.
I wish you could zoom out a little bit more, to be honest. The over-the-shoulder thing, I think it's actually kind of cool because I like the look of my character. And if I'm not doing super hardcore content or PvP, I'll zoom in kind of close just to, check out the cool-looking armor that they have. So
Sure.
I actually might use this.
Cool. Yeah, I'm curious if they'll allow us to draw it out a little further. I know other games actually had a limit too, and you actually had to do not a console command, but it was similar. You actually had to adjust the default distance your camera would go to actually draw back further. I don't know if this game will have that or not. It'd be nice if they did. All right. Next up, our friends over at Tamriel Foundry updated their Enchanting Simulator and several of their enchanting guides. This was really cool, guys. Really, really cool. The new enchanting page actually has a little visual GUI simulator now that you can actually throw your different runes in there and find out what you're gonna get.
Thank God.
I mean, at first, when you're learning, you maybe tend to learn as you go along, but say you're looking for something in particular and you don't have all the runes deciphered yet, you can build it in here and know exactly what you're after. I know there's an iPhone app that does that, which I use. I actually used it the other night to figure out what runes I needed for my stamina glyphs. But this is actually really nice to use if you don't have that thing for your phone. Did either of you guys see this, Knight or Morriel?
For the
The simulator? No, I'm just looking at this, but I do enchanting, and so this is really helpful for me so far.
I don't know if some of you guys may know, I don't actually play the game. I just kind of log in and play my own game.
All right.
I RP.
I RP. Okay, I see.
And then I have other people enchant and make stuff for me.
All right.
Yeah. Freeloader like that.
The crafting in this game, for me, is probably one of the best crafting systems I've ever done in a game, and there's a reason why I have more points in crafting than I do in combat currently. It's because it's fun. I love it.
Ooh, bug loss. Oh, speaking of which.
It's bug loss. How about you, Deltia? Did you see the Enchanting Simulator?
Yeah, I put it out on Twitter that everyone should go check it out. I mean, I think it's awesome, especially if you haven't memorized all this stuff or you don't want to go searching around and that sort of thing. So it turned out really nice. I like the look of it and the interface. It's easy to use, intuitive. So yeah, it really helps people. Once you get the hang of enchanting, it's not so bad, but it does take a minute to get used to it. So it's helpful.
Sure. I think the essence runes are some of the hardest things to know what you need because there's 900 of them.
There's a lot, but then you use 3 of them eventually, and that's about it.
What, you don't do what is it, frost resist to Matt,
No, that's not really a concern of mine.
Glyph of bashing.
Glyph of
I
range.
do use bashing.
Yeah, Glyph of bashing increases bash damage by 27.
Oh my, that's huge.
That's awesome.
I
man.
can hit for 150 like a Templar DPS. Oh,
ow.
Ooh.
My pride. Ouch. All right. We're going to move on because I'm going to cry. Guild Spotlight. Yeah, there's another one, guys. But you know what? It's a French-speaking guild all about vampires. Oh, but they do like role-playing. So
There you
I mean,
go.
that's cool. Except you have to speak French.
Oui. Is that French?
Close enough.
That's Canadian.
That's Canadian.
Same difference.
It's Canadian. I see. So yeah, Guild. I can't even pronounce that name. I'm not even gonna try. It'll be bad.
Aurorae Vampiris.
Thank you.
You're
Vampiris I could have got, but I don't know about the first one. So, in other words, yeah, except for their Almari Dominion, they are a French role-playing guild mostly concerned with vampires and werewolves and role-playing. So, if you're a French-speaking person who wants to join a kind of a werewolf or vampire guild, maybe you should check them out. Or just go watch a dubbed version of Twilight. I don't know.
Oh,
What did you
good
drink?
choice.
I drink blood. And you? I drink blood too.
Do werewolves really drink blood? I think they just eat you. Just like eat your heart.
I think they eat your intestines probably.
You know, I'm pretty sure like the Bosmer have like meat beers, so maybe that's what they drink.
Meat
What?
beers?
Yeah.
Oh, they
meat
do
beer.
that. There is a recipe.
Jaga.
What is it called? Oh
Jaga,
my
I
goodness.
think. Or is
There's
that
one
the
called
milk?
rot meth, which is used with like meat. It's kind of
One of it, I can't remember. One of them is milk based, and the other is like meat based.
well. Gotta love them
Use a meat.
Bosmers. They do throw the best barbecues. That's all I'm saying. All right, moving on to the next bit of news. Again, another cool little thing that we found in the API information for 1.5. But there seems to be, I guess, they're now adding code to allow and flag trial accounts. So that's kind of cool. For those who are wondering, other games, other MMOs often have a free trial period that you can get, and you can play the game with restrictions for a certain amount of time. Sometimes they limit you by time. Sometimes they limit you by like a certain level, lock you to a certain zone. I don't know. But it looks like they are working on a way of allowing these to come into the game, which it would be great because I have a bunch of friends who I'm still trying to talk into this game, but they're still kind of like, I don't know. So it'd be kind of nice to be like, dude, now you can just download it and try it for like a week and then buy it because you'll love it. And, join me. So, yay. Deltia,
Yay.
what do you think about free trials?
As long as this isn't a free-to-play, initiative, I'm happy with it because it's a big investment to get in MMOs for people that aren't used to it. It's not, you just buy it and that's it. It's a really big investment. And so I think it gives a lot of people a chance to taste it and see if it's worth it for them and then interact with the community. Is it going to bring some derps in the game? Yeah, it's going to, but they're going to be at low level. I think they should make it unrestricted just to a certain level cap, like say maybe 10 or 15 to get your second weapon. And I would like to see that and really unlock the game, let people legitimately try it. Don't try to just hamstring them and get their money. Let them try it, see if it's for them, because that's what you're going to get customers long term. But I think it's a really positive thing. Like I said, as long as it's not the next free-to-play thing.
Let me go ahead and calm your fears there, Deltia. Some of the codes in here, such as flagging for a trial account, this is legitly a trial account, like a week trial. Because some of the things that they do is whispering is disabled on trial accounts, so you won't see a bunch of gold spammers coming on using trial accounts to spam you. Trial accounts can only whisper friends, so they have to add you to a friend you have to accept, and then they can whisper you so you can talk to your friends, and they're not allowed to join guilds. So that kind of stuff. So it's a limited factor so that you can't abuse the system in any way or...
Well, they'll
However-
always find a way around it.
I'm sure they will, but it's at least a little bit of a stopgap measure as well. Plus you won't see 900, Chinese gold farmers whispering you every 5 seconds, buy ESOGold.com, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll just see 600 of them instead.
Well,
No, they've cleaned
only
it
in
up.
trade chat.
They've cleaned it up pretty good. But yeah, I mean, if it gets more people in this game that really enjoy it, great, do it.
Well, it is a good thing. I think every MMO should have a free trial period. I
do,
really do.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, MMOs are... it's not like Shadows of Mordor. I'll say that one because I just beat that game. It took me like 30 hours. I threw down $50 or 60 rather. Played it, great, I'm done. You know, MMOs are something you play with your friends, something you often play for years to come. Yeah, I mean, it's a time investment because it's not in 30. What could you do in 30 hours, Delta? You could probably do a little bit more than most people, but for me, I couldn't do a whole lot in 30 hours. I couldn't quote unquote finish the game in 30 hours.
Oh, you'd probably look at a couple mud crabs, get a couple iron ore, dink around, maybe kill one or two things, and then you're 30 hours up.
Exactly. So it is when people join an MMO. I know that kind of pushes people away from a lot of MMOs, especially if they played others in the past or are currently playing some and are looking for like another one to jump to because they're bored of the one they're in. Most people don't want to just buy it and hope it's good. Because I don't know about you guys, but I bought MMOs thinking, oh, I'll try it. I mean, maybe it's good, and it was a total flop. Similar to Final Fantasy XIV when it first came out. Not A Realm Reborn. Original 14.
Oh.
I think I bought the
God.
collector's edition. I played it for 3 hours. I never picked it up again. Not until A Realm Reborn came
Really?
out. Yeah, no, literally 3 hours is all I
Wow.
could do of it. And I was like, I can't do it.
We've all done that to one or two
150
games,
bucks
yeah.
down the drain. I was like, yep.
Realm Reborn was pretty good.
Realm Reborn was really good, but if you played the original, that was one of those things where I wish they had a free trial first because I would have never bought it.
I was fortunate I didn't have to take that roller coaster.
It was bad. But you know, the game that kind of hooked me in for years, Warcraft, I got into it on a free trial. They offered a week. You could play for 7 days for free. I jumped in. Wow, this is kind of fun. I played MMOs in the past, and I hadn't really played any in a while. And I jumped in because my friends were playing. They're like, you should try it. So I tried it, and then I was hooked for about 8 years. So, I mean, It's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. So yeah, as soon as this comes out, trust me, I'll be texting like every single one of my friends going, free trial, go download now. There. Mm-hmm. All right. How about, Morriel, what do you guys think? I haven't heard from you guys on that. Let's go, Morriel, and then Knight's Night. You guys give your opinion on this.
Well, I think it's a good move business-wise and financially for them because, one, this is, say, not quite as popular as ZeniMax thought it was going to be, and so they really need something like this to draw in more customers to be able to expand their player base, which will naturally just draw more people into the game. And so this is a good, step in the right direction. Hopefully it won't get us a whole bunch of gold farmers, but we'll see about that.
Well, I will say this as well. Without a centralized auction house, I don't think the amount of money that they can earn is enough to warrant them. Maybe if the game becomes massive, maybe, but it's too hard to make money. It puts too much effort. The amount of money they can earn in this game versus other games in the same amount of time doesn't compare because it does require a lot more work. Plus, let's face it, I made most of my money not off the guild store, but by hawking my wares. And we all know how great they are with English. You'd be able to pick them out really quickly trying to sell stuff. Just saying. How about you, Knight? I haven't heard from you.
Well, I think that the only way that it can really work, and this is just from like looking on their Facebook and their people's posts, is if they don't require you to actually like use your credit card or whatever to sign up for the 7 days, I think it'd be good. But if they require you to put down payment information in order to do it, it may shy away a lot of people and just will backfire.
Why? Why is that
Because
important?
actually,
It already has backfired. They say you get 30 days when you buy the game. And I don't know if you've ever seen like the post on their Facebook, but it upsets a lot of people.
I saw a lot